Basketball fans, welcome to a very special draft recap Raptors roundup. I'm Akil Augustine coming to you from the set of the Hangout, and I am joined by Dan Gladman, long hair, don't care, Vidal Messiah, director of the Northern Kings, and a white guy. Oh no, that's Randy. Okay, anyways, let's go. Let's move on. Quickly, 23rd pick overall, and the Raptors select OG Anunoby, correct?
Got it. Nailed it.
Okay, we'll start with Dan Gladman, who's actually in New York City for the draft. Impressions of where Messiah went with 23.
Well, they were looking for an athletic player who can play defense, and I think in the Raptors' estimation, they feel lucky that they got a guy who, coming into the basketball season, was a lottery pick. He got injured. I think it was a torn ACL, so he's still in the process of rehabbing it. I spoke to him last night, and he said by October, November is when he'll be at 100%.
Yeah, we actually asked Messiah about that in the presser. He didn't seem too happy that OG was playing his own doctor, but of course he's happy that he has the guy. Randy Urban, your impressions?
Well, I love the short shorts. No, but I love the wingspan. The guy, I think I read it's like 7'3", so for a guy that's 6'8", he's going to be long. And we saw what length and athleticism does in the Milwaukee Raptors series. And this is the way the NBA is going, these combo forwards, and he fits the bill whatever direction the Raptors are going to go in the future.
Vidal Messiah, the Raptors were kind of expected maybe possibly to trade out of this, find another guy. Your impressions of them not deciding to make that move and sticking with another young guy?
It's tough that late in the draft. And really, the Raptors, I think, depending what happens with Kyle, aren't really in a position to know what to do next, to be honest with you, because he's kind of that determining factor, right? So do they need a small forward type wing player? Well, kind of, yes. Do they need another forward or a guy at the 5? Kind of, yes. Do they need a point guard? Yes. Like, does this fill a void? I don't know. Maybe it's the best player, best athlete available, and that's what you say.
Well, they're lucky, right? This guy was going to be a lottery pick, and ACLs aren't frowned upon, I think, like they were back in the day, right? You know, guys can
Doctors
come back.
Have come a long way.
Yeah,
and if he's a really good player, he will fill a void. If he is a productive player and good defensively, he fills a void.
Vi touched on something. Offseason, this is a very interesting offseason for the Toronto Raptors because you talk about Kyle's situation looming over the team. Serge, we've heard that potentially this deal's done, but we don't really know what's happening there. So what's happening here? Like, PJ Tucker, is he returning? What direction is this team going in? Do you think we're doubling down on the group that we had last year? Vidal start.
They can't do that. I think Messiah's made it clear they have to make not drastic changes, but they have to change the way they play, their style of play.
But he's also said they have three-point shooters,
which normally means you have to change your personnel.
Normally,
right? Normally means you have to change your personnel. Is it tough for them to do that? Absolutely, but to be honest, I don't know where they stand. You and I both know from the beginning of the season, I thought the Raptors were in a bad position. Dan disagreed. Dan thought they were on their way, and I said absolutely not. They're not on their way. They need to make some cultural changes. They got to change the way they play, their style of play. So I don't know where they're at.
Another thing to factor in with the salary cap being released, $3 million less than what was expected. The Raptors are a salary cap team if a luxury tax team if they bring all these guys back, Dan.
Well, and they have to decide which direction they want to go in terms of on the floor, but also with the money. I think Lowry, we've kind of said it here, that's the first domino to fall. Once you know one way or another if he's back or not, then everything falls into place. I do believe Serge Ibaka will be back. I feel like that's going to happen. PJ Tucker, and I've said this before, I think is kind of a luxury item for this team right now, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get the money that he would be seeking out at this point from Toronto.
Quickly now, we got to talk about Kennedy Meeks, a guy we're all familiar with from the Final Four. He's the guy that the Raptors got late. Impressions quickly, Vidal and Randy.
Well, he came into college at 317 pounds, and then he got down to 275, so he knows how to get back into shape. And he put up big numbers in the Final Four game, 25 and 14. He's a nice kid. We saw him in the draft workout. He seems like a solid guy. I like that.
Vidal, you like this performance in the Final Four?
Mississauga, welcome your newest Raptor 905.
Wow, shots fired.
No shots fired, just great college player, nothing wrong with that. I think he'll have to learn the NBA game. Speed's a bit different, big guy, but
sure, he can
that
use
body
his body
type in the NBA where the game is much more athletic.
But he also does have a nice jump shot, good-looking jump shot. He's got a good touch.
I don't know if he can keep up with
it. He doesn't take threes yet, but his shot is technically sound.
Time to wrap up this roundup. We do thank you guys for tuning in, and do remember, the Hangout is over. We're done for the year. That's crazy, right? You're gonna miss me? I'm gonna miss you too. Love you.
Hawaii.